We are on episode 8. Holy crap. Episode 8, Behind the Golf Brand podcast. This week, I have my good friend Joe Jack from Asher Golf. I just been bugging Joe, like, I don't know, probably like a month now. Like, hey, man, you guys be on the show. And so he's like, let's do a
Finally
Friday.
got me here.
So now I got him here. So without further ado, this is Joe Jack from Asher Golf. So Joe, the first thing I always ask is everybody is, it's not, I'm not going to go this. I'm going to change it up today. So first of all, let me tell you how I met Joe. We were at the PGA show and it was like the last
hear your version of this.
and our eyes met. No, I'm just kidding. So Asher, you actually had a really cool thing, but Asher's, what was that? RV, not RV. What would you call that?
Our little decked out utility trailer that we turned into.
It was sick. It was really sick. It was like an Airstream, but like inside was like all modern and wood and cool lighting and stuff. It was really sick. And like a bar top. Did like a bar top thing?
Yeah, it's a shame that you couldn't go up and experience the rooftop deck or anything.
Oh, that's
like
right.
That.
Yeah, rooftop deck. Yeah, they wouldn't let anybody. Why weren't they letting people upstairs?
Oh,
you didn't pay enough money.
An island. Yeah, we didn't pay enough money to let them do that.
You didn't pay $1 million, let people on your roof.
Yeah, we didn't pay enough for some of the other people to have the ability to let people up top. So it was political, but oh well.
I didn't even realize you guys had upstairs. It was really cool. But like, so you guys were right directly behind our friends at True Links, and I was like, oh, so cool, Asher. But I never talked to Asher before, and I was hanging out over the True booth for a while, and then I was like, "Oh, cool, Asher's over there." And I just like walked across the aisle, and you were working it, and I was like, "Hey, man." We started talking for like, I don't know, like an hour, and like we ended up knowing all the same people, and I'm like, "Oh, those guys are cool." So that's how I met Joe. So Joe, what is your role then at Asher, so everybody can kind of know?
Yeah, so I oversee all of the operations. I kind of oversee all the different departments that would fall into that and a little bit other things. I mean, everything from your customer service, shipping, receiving. But mainly, I just kind of make sure everything else is running smoothly. I make sure I kind of give support where it's needed, if it be sales, things like that. But really, that's kind of my job, is to get into the nitty gritty and make sure that everything is really rolling along smooth and we keep this fine-tuned machine going down the street.
So then I know Matt is the founder, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Matt is, yep.
Yeah. And then you're right below him, like helping run the day to day, figuring out the problems and getting stuff out the door. Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool over here. We all have our quote unquote titles, if you will, but none of us really, it's always an interesting question when people are like, oh, what do you do over there? And,
a little bit of everything.
Typical place. Yeah, it's like, honestly, like depends on the day. Ask me tomorrow and I could be fixing the AC for all I know. So
yeah, that's what it is. When you're a brand growing, and it's like, that's the cool part. Everyone's all in, right? So you're all doing it together.
Yep. Oh, team effort for sure.
So what's the story of Asher?
So Asher, we were started in 2009, and essentially it kind of came out of a desire to prove the golf world that, something that we thought was lacking. We looked around and you'd go into, any golf store, Dick's, wherever that store was. And, you would be staring at a wall of just white gloves. You could even
forever.
You couldn't even find a variation. Yeah. I mean, you couldn't even find a variation essentially between, unless you knew what you're looking for, you didn't even know there was a difference between half those gloves. And there was no variation, style, or you didn't even know what was
anything.
Quality.
It was always the white glove.
Exactly. So we wanted to develop a high quality golf glove and add a little bit of flavor and style to that. We wanted to design something to help you look good, feel good, play better. Just kind of, we wanted to really develop something. And we didn't want it to be so inclusive, where I was like, we wanted it to be something that could be inclusive to everyone, but also not roll people up because like of the price point, all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, it's $50 for this glove because it's a high quality glove. Like, we saw there was this market where there was no one making a high quality glove for that price, the right price point where everyone could pay it. So that's kind of like where Asher started. And then it's just kind of gone crazy from there. In 2017, actually, that's when Matt purchased the company. And from there, kind of essentially a whole entire rebrand happened from the standpoint if we just really went in and he really went in and just like kind of de-gutted everything and really redid all the processes, everything from manufacturing, fit, stuff, like just everything.
Yeah.
So it's one of those that we've been around since 2009, but we really kind of view ourselves as really starting in 2017 in a lot of
Yeah.
ways.
So like it was there, but then it like, but then when Matt took over, it like took it to a whole nother level because it was like yeah, exactly. That's when
it's interesting.
That's when I noticed you guys the last couple of years,
Yeah. Well, and that's the interesting thing is because back in 2009, 10, kind of those years when Asher was just starting rolling, I was actually working for a golf store out here in Utah as one of the assistant managers. And that's when I first got introduced to Asher. And I mean, they had some cool stuff. Like I loved it because I've always wanted, I felt like kind of what our whole mission was like, you just saw a wall of white gloves. So when they had these cool kind of design color gloves, I was like, these are great, played them, liked them. I didn't really think anything about it. Like it's one of those things when you're not as familiar with some of the in-depth things that go into different products, things like that. I'm not knowing what I'm looking for as that consumer back then. But all of a sudden, like Asher kind of disappeared for a while, and I was like, man, I wish like they were around. Like I loved wearing colored gloves, and as soon as they came back, I went and got some gloves, and it was like a game changer how different they were. I mean, everything from the leather was thinner, it lasted longer,
more durable,
the fit was more, just everything about it was
more beautiful.
90-day difference. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
No, you guys have freaking awesome gloves. Like, I mean, we reviewed a couple of them and already, and they're so high quality. It's not even funny. Like they're so soft, and then the designs are very like original and cool and like modern. I don't know. I feel like our generation wants something different than the prior one. Like I would never buy a white glove ever again, like ever, right? But I think it also is with our clothing as well, and our gear. Just you see that like there's still classical design that we like, but maybe with our bags and stuff like that. But with our apparel and our gloves and our hats, it's completely different. And
everything's definitely changing. I mean, that was, like I said, one thing that we really wanted to address is the fact that that generation wants something different. But like I said, it was that bringing that high quality into what people want. Or even like I said, we like to say one of our sayings here is we like to say we have a healthy lack of respect for the mundane. We don't want to be that mundane company, if it be our products, things like that. So that's why we kind of did some of the things we did. But we also understand that like, hey, there's going to be those people out there that are more traditional and they want a white glove. That's why we released our utility line.
Where you still have it. Yeah.
It's our high quality, that AAA Cabretta leather.
Oh, I
but
hate that word.
Our version on it.
Like if you watch, I can't even say that word. I think I'm like, I just can't say that
There's
word.
some words I can't say. So
I always mess it up. I'm like Cabretta, blah.
It's hard. Sometimes if I just pretend like even if I'm saying it wrong, I just roll with it. But like
that's you push on through the word and you go back to what you're talking about. I just send it.
Yeah. I'm just like, anyways, back to what I was saying. But yeah, so we truly believe that there is something for everyone here. And like I said, there's a lot of really cool things that are even just like are in the works for the next year. So there is
more innovation. Yeah. Like, I guess, can you tell us like what are the different lines of gloves you have and then the differentiators between each of those lines? So that you have the one you just talked about right now, which is the white glove, right? The utility.
Yeah. So we essentially have two types of gloves in a sense, and I'll kind of dive into like some of the different things. So we have our Chuck collection, which is our synthetic glove. It's reinforced with leather on the palm and finger, but it's a synthetic leather, kind of an all-weather glove. It's something that, it's a $12 price point. Everyone can afford it. It's for that person who wants that super durable glove. It's going to last, through a nuclear attack, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah.
And, so we have that line. And then we have our premium line, which is essentially our utility line comes into that, but then that's where all of our collections kind of fall through. So our premium line is that AAA high quality leather. I won't even say that word if you don't have to think about how to say it. But we
should do like subtitles below your name when I do this on the video.
Yeah, but which every time you have to say that word, just have a subtitle. But with that, how we do a lot of our gloves is we're a lot of collections. So we do a lot of limited releases because we want to keep it fresh. we do have like our core line, which is our utility, and then what we call our red label. And so there's 3 gloves in that, and then 5 in the utility. Like those are gloves we'll always kind of have, but our collections are where we really have a lot of fun with those different designs. Like I said, our summer line we launched about a month ago. We had what we call our Mojito, which is this like beautiful green color. Our Dreamsicle,
cool.
which is this like orange, and then it has like our paint speckle thumb. It's kind of like our
that's cool
go-to. It's kind of what we're known for. It's our trademark is that paint splatter thumb. And then like we had our Making Waves glove that has waves on it. We actually, a lot of work went into it, but we have a proprietary process called liquid bake, where essentially like it bakes the design on there where it's not going to peel off.
So freaking cool.
So yeah, it's dope. And then we just released our Patriot collection, a little homage to, the good old 4th of July coming up. So we got our red, white, and blue glove, a blue and a red. So like a lot of cool things. And then we have a ladies line as well, which is premium in Chuck. But actually, the thing I've been most excited for is we actually released a junior Chuck line about a couple weeks ago, and that's
brilliant.
Nuts to watch.
Freaking brilliant. You want to know why? Because no one does that. Nobody does that.
Exactly.
And I can tell you right now, as a parent with 2 little boys, like they don't have gloves for kids, and they do. They're the biggest piece of crap. Like somebody gave me one. It was like Chinese knockoff. Like it wasn't even Cabretta leather. See, I can't even say the word. It was like probably like some other kind of leather, but I'm like,
and that was the biggest thing that we saw.
That's massive, man. You'd have no idea.
Yeah.
Like,
so super stoked on our junior line. It's brilliant. It's awesome.
Freaking brilliant.
We have everything. We essentially now can fit anyone from 3 to 90 years old for a glove.
Yeah. Brilliant. I mean, that's like huge. A whole other, I think you're going to blow that up. Honestly, I'm not just saying that. Like when you said that, I was like, oh my God, because nobody does that. The big brands will never do that. And I mean, like, I feel like there's only a couple golf glove brands that are very good. And obviously you're one of them. And I have another one that I've had on the show that I'm friends with. They're really good. And then there's a third one, which I'm not going to name, but everybody knows who they are. And I would probably never talk to them because they're weird. But I'm not going to say, Joe knows what I'm talking about. And I bet you a lot of you guys do as well. But yeah, that's brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't say that. Yeah, so, I'm being serious, bro. Like you guys are going to make a killing. I already know it.
Yeah. I mean, we're stoked. And, that's been kind of one of the really cool things about this is, we started off for the glove. That's where we saw we could make a big difference in a mark. We believe that there's a couple things that we have done to the glove industry that have really changed it. Everything from our true to fit sizing. So essentially, like one thing is a lot of people think they're a cadet. 9 out of 10 people aren't a cadet. It's kind of that weird lie they tell themselves. So I have a lot of people.
It's like, I wear a 36. Like, no, bro, you don't wear a 36 pants, right?
You wear 40. And so a lot of people who think they're cadet, they wear our glove and it fits true to size. And like, holy crap, like this is the first time a glove's fit me like it should and not been a cadet, which is cool. But I don't know if you saw, like we released also what we called our flight decks on Wednesday. So essentially it is a slide that we are so stoked for because going along with that glove and that style, we're like, where else can we add this style, comfort, and just kind of that upper class product? And so we're thinking, we're like, what part of golf is frustrating? Where is there something in golf that we can add something else? And we got talking how like when we're going to and from the course, you're always throwing on your tennis shoes or your golf shoes. And I'm like, why don't we just like, it all of a sudden it kind of came to us. We're like, why don't we just like make a slide? Like
smart.
We need something that we can slip on and off. And then we, the flight deck came from just kind of the whole motto of like, prepare for flight, like prepare for liftoff. We're like, this is something different. This is cool. Yeah. It's sick.
Really cool.
We're stoked on it.
That's really cool. I know, because I hate that feeling. That's like it's like you think about golf, right? So you go play a round of golf and you have your tennis shoes on or whatever shoes you have on. You drive to the golf course and now you got transition shoes, right? And then it's like, well, what do you wear? So like you don't really want to wear, and then your feet are all hot after playing a round of golf. But if you had like something like that and then you're just like, I'm gonna go play golf, you put those on, you don't care, you still in the back of your car and then you put your shoes on, right? Like it's really smart.
Yeah, so we're super stoked for those. It's like I said, there's a lot of
I love working with you guys. Like, I don't know. I don't think you guys understand. Like, Joe and I, we text a lot, don't we? Huh? We probably text like a couple times a week. Like, we're friends. Like, for real.
A lot of texting, calls. Yep.
Yeah, just talking about all kinds of stuff. I mean, so it's always cool. Like, I like seeing my friends like do cool stuff, and like be able to. I don't know. Like, I didn't know this stuff was coming out. I knew you guys were working on the website, and but I didn't know I haven't been on the website since you guys redid it this week. I just haven't had a chance. I mean, I'll look at it today. I'll probably text you, but
we launched 9 different hats on Monday as well. We got another probably 10 hats coming out in the next little bit. On top of, we got t-shirts we're launching.
I love your shirt you sent me.
Socks. Oh, you think that was good? Like, oh, just wait. Like, literally, the stuff we have coming out this year is
so cool.
Just so much. Like, the stuff we had before was good. It's one of those things you're always trying to improve, and it's not that like what you put out before is bad, but
no, it's just improving
our t-shirts. Yeah, from what our t-shirts were to what they're going to be, it is.
Yeah, but you guys have really good shirts. Like, all right, show everybody. I can see it behind you. The Chasing Birdie shirt's right there on the couch. I have that shirt. Right?
The funny thing is that is not the Chasing Birdie shirt.
It looks like it.
New ones.
Is that one of the new ones you can't show?
That one we'll wait to show you. I gotta have the anticipation. But
because I have that Chasing Birdie shirt and I love that shirt.
Chasing Birdies is sick.
It's such a cool shirt.
We have that one coming back as well, so don't worry, it's coming back. But kind of the cool big thing with the shirts we did is we actually made our own entire shirt, everything from the blend into the fit. So essentially it fits a lot better and the material is so soft. It's one of those I'd curl up in a ball and sleep with it.
Really?
If I was a kid. Oh, it's so soft.
Because like I hate that feeling because like there are certain shirt brands I like to wear because they have the softest shirts, right? That's really what it is. And it looks good on me. But like I remember going to the store. They're an online company. They're an online store out here in Arizona, but then they actually have locations. So I went there and then they changed the shirt. Like it's the exact same shirt, looks the exact same, but they changed the freaking shirt like itself. And I was like, I bought like $200 in t-shirts or $300 in t-shirts. I was all excited, all these different colors. And I didn't try them on because I'm like, well, I already have that shirt in that size. I go home, they don't even fit. I was like,
you're like, this sucks.
So pissed, dude.
That's the worst feeling. So
now I have half a closet full of shirts like that don't even fit me. So I'm like, I need to lose some weight.
Cut them up, use them as rags.
Yeah, $300 in rags.
Hey, high quality rags.
Yeah, right. My table will really appreciate it.
Exactly.
Dude, I'm excited. Oh man, we'll talk about.
I can't wait.
Yeah, you guys have like cool designs. It's like I don't know. So what part of Utah are you guys at? I forgot.
So Park City.
City, that's right.
No. Yeah, so Park City, but then we also have kind of a satellite office down in the Salt Lake Valley area. Yeah. So that's where
Park City's
kind of our warehouse. Park City's awesome. I definitely don't take it. I take it for granted. I actually do live up there right now, and it's something that I don't appreciate as much as my wife does, and
that's cool.
I need to get better at that.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Phoenix. It's so pretty. It's like 113 today, or it was yesterday. That's what my car said, at least.
All about that.
That's so freaking hot. So like we're putting a pool in right now, and it's still not done. And like we have this big concrete hole now in the backyard. I'm just like, when are they gonna finish this thing? Because my kids are going crazy. And like, yeah. So I'm like, it's just so hot out. It's like it's hot. It can get hotter though. This is not that bad. I've had hotter times, but I would love to be in Utah right now. Oh my God, I would love to be in Utah.
It's good weather right now. You get some nice heat, but also it's still not 113 degrees. So
yeah, but you have seasons. It's beautiful up there. So all right, so you guys redid your website, which I haven't checked out, but I will. So, but I mean, you had a good website before.
The new website though is
sick.
We had a guy put a lot of time and he did a good job with it.
That's the key. Like, I don't know. This year, when did I decide? A year ago, May, I decided to redo my website. Like, even though I was okay with the way it was, and we spent, I don't know, it didn't go live until February, so it took that long, and we're still doing stuff to it but it makes all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world.
Yeah.
So it's like the invested time and money is so worth it.
Yeah, and that was the thing is like we do pretty much everything in-house, everything from our designs, the website. Like I said, it was one of our guys in-house that did it. And that's something that I think actually gives us a little bit of that advantage when it comes to a lot of these different things, because
100%.
we're not just paying someone to do it. We actually have people who truly believe and love what they're doing. So they're putting their, heart and soul into it, if you will.
That makes all the difference. All the difference. Like, I mean, when we did it, it was me doing it, and I had like a developer helping me, but he actually cared. And that, like, with some of there's some stuff I can't do. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can't do.
Oh yeah, same with me.
know,
There's things I'm like,
like
I don't know what to
design
do.
though, like developers are not good at being designers. They're good at developing, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, that
Yeah,
looks so gross. No, don't do that. And I would like go and fix
they're good
it.
at doing what you tell them to do.
Yeah, but I mean, he still cared. That's so great. Like he still cared. He's a cool guy. I love him. He's awesome. And him caring makes all the difference. He's like, oh, don't do that because of this reason. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But yeah, I mean, we saw an increase of traffic, and then we also saw an increase of just the interaction with the site, with the user, because it's so much easier to navigate and look at stuff. Because now we like pull real time pricing, which no one does. So it's kind of like from like everybody.
Yeah,
so that's kind of cool.
That's great. Yeah.
But all right, so then how many shirts did you guys just launch this week?
So t-shirts, we will be launching. They launch in about 2 weeks
After the 4th,
or second week of July. About second week of July.
yeah.
And we have about five or six.
That's so cool.
Out.
How about one of each?
Yes, dude, we can get that happen. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be a busy. It's going to be a busy next couple of weeks with a lot of different product launches for us. So it's exciting. But yeah, like I said.
So are these launches right now? Or were these the launches supposed to happen like 3 months ago, 2 months ago, but because of COVID? Or you guys are already planning on doing July launch? Because I know a lot of people are doing. I know a lot of people doing launches right now.
Yeah, so like our hats, those were supposed to be like a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Flight decks were. Yeah, I mean, and the flight decks are always supposed to be kind of now. T-shirts, kind of same time. Like I said, our big thing was it wasn't that we held off launching because of COVID. It was more of we had to hold off because COVID.
We had no choice.
Nothing could get shipped here. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I mean, everybody had that problem. There's not one brand that doesn't have that problem. Like honestly, they do their line.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think I have a lot of friends in a lot of different brands, and they all have that problem. 100%. Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Like even I mean, it's so sad, but I mean, golf. It's almost like a double-edged sword, right? Because there's a ton of demand right now, but the supply is limited for everybody. So now everyone's starting to get their products in. And hopefully it's not going to be a big surge.
Even there, it's super different. I mean, it's been super interesting to watch what's happened to not only us, but other brands and just kind of the golf industry in general through all of this. I mean, with COVID, you saw a big influx in people golfing because that was one of the things that was safe. But from a golf brand perspective, I think I can speak to probably a lot of brands that probably saw the same thing where it's like online sales shot through the roof.
Through the roof.
But the wholesale absolutely went dead, dried
zero,
up,
as in like zero.
As literally we had some big things getting ready to fall and they pulled. We tried telling people like, hey, like don't pull because all of a sudden like you're gonna want it and then be like you can't get it when you want it. But no, like the thing is like even now like there's still plenty of courses out there where the pro shops are closed, for example.
A lot of them. They're starting to open slowly, but I mean, it's those states that is like crazy COVID right now and it's getting worse. They're not going to open.
Yeah. And that's where the thing is like the wholesale part is still kind of dead. So some people think, oh, like things are back up and running. It's like, yes, but there's still part of that business that's missing from that wholesale side because that's where COVID really hit it was the wholesale side.
For everybody.
Oh yeah.
I think COVID, that and then just unable to get product. That's it. Like,
oh yeah.
Which is kind of interesting.
Shipping charges are crazy right now to get things from overseas.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like what I think is interesting is, I don't know if you guys are doing this, but I saw a couple other brands and I've been thinking about it too, is like now they're thinking, well, maybe we should get that stuff overseas. Right. I'm not saying saying the glove, obviously, but I mean like certain products. So like, well, we could probably get that. Yeah, it'll cost a little bit more to get it from the United States. We'll have to charge a little bit more, but we're not gonna have this problem again. But no one's ever had to think like that ever. Right. Because
it's the first time you've had to actually worry about some of those things and be like, is it better to do this way or things like that?
Yeah. Through somebody here, because America didn't shut down. I mean, they did, but they didn't, So I don't know. I think it's this way I really enjoy about this podcast is this is how my phone calls are with my friends. Like Joe and I talk about this stuff anyways. Right. So now it's like you get a little inside look and see like,
difference.
Right. Like there's literally no difference. And it's like getting an inside look at what happens at these golf brands and knowing who these people are behind it and what their visions are, which is really cool because I get to see it all the time. And that's how I feel like I become friends with these people because I'm like, oh yeah, these people are really cool. I get to know the person, right? Not the name. I don't care. But
you didn't know behind the brand.
Yeah. Hence the name behind the brand. Golf brand. Maybe let me clarify. So then you have like how many drops then? Is like 20 drops in the next couple of weeks?
Man, I mean, yeah, she's the last like 3 weeks before this, and then like the next four, about every week we had something new dropping. Like I said, if
That's
it
so
was like
cool.
the Patriot line, if it was the website, if it was the slides, if it's the socks we have, if it's the t-shirts, if it's more hats, if it's yeah, it's like it was
It's a
just
lot of stuff.
nuts. It was
When
really
does your drop stop?
awesome.
Like August, and then you're probably gonna come back again in the fall, I'm assuming, or you guys have drops to the end of the
No,
year?
August we'll have like kind of our fall drop will probably be August sometime.
Oh
We'll
wow,
have actually we have something else before our fall drop, and then we'll drop our fall, which might be we essentially will have something probably in August, and then probably September. So
that's
we'll
cool.
kind of have things up until then, and then nothing through like September to the end of the year, and then it'll pick back up.
This
Who
is going to
knows?
be a very
Some other
weird
stuff.
year. I don't think traffic is going to slow down. And maybe traffic was in golf traffic, right? Just people golfing, like until winter hits and you can't golf in certain states, right? But that's not
Well, I
going to be
don't, and
until November, December. So I
And I'm
think
actually more curious because I don't think the PGA show is going to happen. There's no way.
there's no way in hell. There's no way in
Oh,
hell.
no way. But they're
There's
sure
no way
trying.
in hell.
They're
I
sure
don't think it's
pushing
going to
us to like
happen.
get our booth already.
Oh, of course they are. They want your money.
Exactly.
Because they want you to pay extra for that roof view, you know?
Oh well, that's the thing is like if it does happen, there's no way it's not going to be like a fire sale for pricing because like I bet you so many people would not go even if it was.
Well,
There.
I bet you a lot of people are not going to go. I just don't think it's going to happen. You can't put that many people in
Yeah.
that big of a room. There's no freaking way. There's no conferences happening
Yeah.
anywhere, and they're going to be like, "Oh, it's a virtual one." Yeah, no thanks. I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
So
not wasting my time.
no, or that money because I have no idea what you guys spent. I know
Yeah.
I talked to one guy or one of my friends last week, and he had a really basic booth, basic, and like it was the worst location too. And it's 10 grand.
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you freaking serious?" He's like,
Like
"Yeah, it's
the
the biggest."
average. Yeah.
He goes, "That's the biggest waste of money in my entire life." I was like,
For
"Holy
a
smokes!"
10 by 20 piece of concrete.
Yeah, and it like all he had was a table. It was like the most basic. Nothing against him or his brand or anything. He's like,
It
yeah,
was
they
just a
didn't.
basic thing. Yeah.
It was the basic package. I was like, holy moly! Like I
It
couldn't
is
even
not
imagine what
cheap.
these like mansions cost at the show. You
Oh,
know, $1 million
those are
easily.
when you include the build outs, some of these companies do. Yeah, they're easily spending close to $1 million on some of their build outs. I mean, look at Cali last year; they had like a whole two things that went over the walkway. Like, there's no way that was not close to $1 million,
On that one end,
if not
where they had all
more.
the clubs. Remember
Yep.
that? That was like mass. Was it? It was Titleist. Remember Titleist?
Oh,
House was huge, dude. That was
they
like
all of them
castle.
had some big ones. Yeah, it was
I was
nuts.
like,
It was
holy
pretty nutty.
smokes. Like, I don't know. I mean, I love this year was my first year at the PGA show. I had the best time because I just got to see a lot of people I've been talking to, but I've never met in person. So it's almost like it's really weird. I can't describe it. It's like I was like hugging people. Everyone's so excited to see each other. You know what I mean? Because like we become friends, but like in a virtual world or on the phone.
Yeah, it's nice to
But
put a face and like actually be
yeah,
face to face with them.
because what's cool about this podcast too is like if Joe lived out here, I'd hang out with Joe all the time and play golf and hang out. You know what I
I'll
mean?
be
Like that's
golfing
just
all the time.
yeah, right. And that's kind of like what this is. It's more about like the friendships behind these brands and
Yeah,
like I don't know. The golf world's really small. That's what I've learned.
very small.
Very very small, even though it's very massive. But so it sounds like you guys have a lot going on. I love your guys' gloves. Your packaging sick. You guys just did a When
Appreciate
did you
it.
guys redo the logo? Was it last year or 2 years ago?
About 2 years ago. Yeah, it was one of those things. It's kind of funny. We wanted to change that logo a lot sooner, but when Matt took on the company, there was a couple of big international accounts that like did not want us to change it from our old star logo. So like we kind of we had some sort of agreement where we had to keep it through
Oh my
at a
gosh,
certain
that's
point.
weird.
So it was one of those things where you could see that we had started to introduce it in a couple of things. Like our original member stand bag, it had the star logo on it, but also had our new seal on it as well. So
You like
we
slap it
slowly
on next
started
to
to
it.
like exactly. Yep. We slowly started to kind of like phase it into things. I love
I
our
love your new
logo now. It's
logo.
so
It's cool.
clean
It's
and
very
just
clean and simple,
it's
but
great.
it's like it. I don't know. It's very. I feel
It
it's a
just hits you.
classic, iconic looking
Yeah.
logo. That's best that I could describe it. The
What
only
we go
thing,
for.
the old logo is that big star, right? Like an angled
It
star.
was, yeah.
It was very
It was something
edgy
different.
looking, and I mean nothing wrong with it. It would just look completely
Yeah.
different.
It
Like
was a different vibe than what we're trying to
it
come
looks more
across
like
and trying to
a
deliver.
Yeah, I don't know.
Motocross company.
A motocross. Yeah, exactly. So what was the name of that motocross company? Can't think of it. I don't know. It looked like a motocross company. You're like, oh, that's cool. What is that? I guess you guys could switch and sell motocross gloves with
Yeah, well, I
just
don't think
kidding.
we're going to be doing that anytime soon.
I didn't even know you had two logos until you told me a couple weeks ago. I mean, you had the old logo phased out, but I was like,
Yeah.
I just find it everywhere. What is this logo? And you're like, oh yeah, we changed that out. I was
Yep.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's one of the things is like you'll like come across things and you're like, I try to forget about those days.
Well, you're a completely different company. I mean, you guys have.
Oh yeah, literally not even the same. Like nothing. Everything from that, like I said, everything was just changed from that. So that's where, like I said at the beginning, like, you know, we started in 2009, but we really view ourselves as like 2017 was like when we started.
Do you know how many brands started in 17 and 18? Like there's probably at least, I don't know, that I know, at least
Good
5.
amount.
Like, and now they're getting their momentum, you know, like they've been building it and now they're really starting to hit. And we started in 18. So, I mean, I did by myself.
You're right there too.
Blogging, you know, like this. I like the, you know, what is it?
I like the way these feel.
The M1 driver is really cool. You know, like that's what I'm talking about. But I can't believe, I don't know. I just no way there's gonna be a PGA show.
Ways.
Wasn't there supposed to be one?
No
isn't the Vegas one that's supposed to be like next month? I bet they canceled that.
Yeah, the like more of the apparel side one.
Yeah, that canceled. It had to be, dude.
There's no way.
Vegas just opened.
Like I said, I'm shocked. I mean, I'm all down to go because I mean, I am not as worried about it as some people, but there's no way it happens.
No, there's no way. The liability, there's no way. And that's the last thing they know is like, COVID outbreak at the PGA show, and everyone's that's like a stigma they don't want. It started
to begin with already in January. I mean, you think back all these things when they start to think COVID really circulated, and you think about it was around things that happened. You had the PGA show, you had Sundance out here in Utah. Like, there's so many things. You're like, yeah, there's no way it was not just spreading like wildfire.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, it wasn't like all of a sudden in March COVID appeared. Like it had already been here. Like it came over months and months of time. I don't know, like Arizona's really
no one
bad
knew what it was.
COVID, like really bad.
Yeah, Utah kind of blew up a little bit the last couple of weeks, but I feel like it's expected. I don't know. Did you listen to any of the like Jay Monahan's interview the other day?
A little bit.
Like I do agree with him. He's like, here's the thing, like it's not going to go away anytime soon. Like we have to learn how to live with it. And that's kind of how I am. I'm like, you know, like there's precautions, there's definitely different things to do, but like it's not going to go away. So like, can we not just shut down the economy again?
No, I don't think they're going to do that. Actually, they're not going to shut down the economy. I think they're, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to make this, like I said, it's just crazy. I mean, golf can continue on, but I mean,
golf is the saving grace, I think, for a lot of people.
Hell yeah, because you can go out by yourself in the wilderness, let's call it, and play golf by yourself or with your friends, and you're distancing and you're not cooped up at home. It's like a vacation from life, right? That's what golf is anyways. Exactly. But like now is even more important than ever because so many different types of entertainment is closed, right? Like movies and whatever.
Can't do most things that you would have loved to be doing right now. So it definitely is one of the few things you can.
So that's awesome. I don't know. I like what you guys are doing. I mean, like I like what you guys have done, and I can't wait to see what you guys are doing. Like I'm excited. Actually.
I appreciate it. Like I said, it's like the most exciting roller coaster I've ever been on. It's I come to work every day.
Excited.
Looking forward to whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like passion. It's not like you're going to work, right? It's more like we're growing this thing. This thing is really growing, and this is cool because this is a fun job. Like that's how many of us have jobs you don't think are fun, right? We just do it to pay the bills.
Yeah, I mean. Exactly. And that's the big thing is like, it doesn't mean sometimes I think people hear that or they like look like, oh, like you work in the golf industry. Like that's not work. Or it's like, no, like you don't understand like how much work there is going on behind the scenes. Or like how many times like, yeah, like you're overwhelmed or you are stressed, but at the same time, because you love what you're doing, you're okay with it. So it's one of those.
It's different. It's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I love putting in long hours here because it's like, I know I'm actually making a difference where like, yeah, I may not see that fruit of that. We may not see that fruit of the labor, you know, in the next 4 or 5 months or a year, but all of a sudden in 3 years, it's going to be something huge.
I think the key is like when you're actually passionate about something, right? And you enjoy it, like it's not work, right? Like I used to be a pilot, right? I was a pilot for like a while, a long time.
I did not know that.
And it was fun. right? And then it stopped being fun. It just became work. And when it became work, I was like, this sucks. So I was like, that's when I realized like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore because it took the fun out of it. So when something got, and I feel like with a lot of the medium-sized brands and including myself, it's fun. This is fun for me, right? This is fun for you. This is fun for Matt. It's like, but you're also, it's still work, but it's different because it's fun, right? I don't know. That's just kind of the way I think.
Those like late nights are fun. Those nights where you're here, like, you know, if it be like going out of a spreadsheet or whatever it is, and you look down and it's like 9 o'clock and you look over and there's someone else next to you doing the same thing. You're like, all right, this is fun. Like,
this is fun. Like, there's a reason why we're doing this. It's like, I don't know. That's just that's why I feel like this is my fun. I don't know. I mean, I'm sitting in my garage talking to my friends on Zoom.
Pretty sick garage though. I mean, that's
my garage is so nice. I love my garage.
That picture, that Arnold Palmer picture behind you, like literally that thing is so sick. I want to put that in my office.
Get it. You know where I got it? I got it on Etsy and I was just blown away. Yeah, Etsy. It wasn't that much. It was like less than $200. So like it was already framed. Like it's not framed as canvas, but like it's big.
But it's like, like
the different sizes.
That's sick.
It's so sick. I love that. It's so badass, dude. It's so cool. I love that picture.
Oh, dude. My wife is an amazing artist. I might just be like, hey, like, is this something you can paint?
You should have her do it. I love it. I mean,
she's actually painting a table for us in our warehouse. We got another table for like kind of shipping and things like that. And she's doing we kind of just turned her loose. We're like, do whatever you want. Like, make it dope. So she's going to throw like some Asher into it and like just make it her own unique thing. So it's going to be sick, actually.
That's really cool. Yeah. Like, I got a very supportive wife. Let's put it that way, to let me turn our garage into a YouTube studio.
Yes, you do.
And there's still room to park. I have a 3-bay garage and like still room to park my Jeep. So it's cool. Right now, my Jeep's not is not in here, but like kind of in transition.
Too.
Oh, so sick, dude. This is my room now. I got my own room. Yay. I lost my house, but I got my own room.
I lost your house, but you got the garage.
The kids all have the kids take over everything. So, I mean, I work in here and I don't know. It's quiet.
It's a good setup.
I have an arcade machine right here. It has 10,000 video games on it.
You were literally set. You don't need anything else.
I could live in here, like for reals. I would just need a bed. Like I could live in, I need a refrigerator too, I guess. But it's like 77 degrees and it's 120 out. So.
Oh, it's perfect.
I know, right?
It's nice and cozy.
You come hang out in my garage sometime. When you come to Arizona. You can.
Come down in the winter when it's all that white stuff up here.
Ugh, thanks.
Yeah, tell me about it. Not the one thing I like.
Well, cool. Is there anything I haven't asked that you want to talk about? I always ask this question at the end. It's always very open-ended, but I always want to make sure that like if there's something cool I forgot to ask and you're like, oh, you should, I always want to make sure that everyone kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like the two things I would want like people out there to know is that like we have something for everyone. Don't think because you see, oh, there's this crazy design that like there's not something for you. Like I said, we wanted to bring the highest quality glove and the best fitting glove to the market that had something for everyone. And that's something I truly can say that we have now is we have something that everyone will love. Like I said, no matter who you are, what your age is, we have something for you. And then the other thing that actually a lot of people don't realize, which is really cool, is we actually do a ton of custom stuff because we actually own our entire process from A to Z. We have the ability to make custom gloves, hats, anything for people. That's actually a big thing that we do that a lot of people don't realize. Like True, I don't know if you saw their gloves in their booth at the PGA show, but we did custom gloves for like True,
I didn't know that.
KBS, Fujikura, literally everyone. So we actually have a huge custom program. And that's like, I think that's one of our hidden gems that no one realizes, but people come to us all the time like, hey, like I want my logo on the wrist. And then like, this is what I want. We're like, okay, yeah, let's do it. If they want like a flower glove or like I said, True has a topographical map on their glove. Like,
yeah, that's really cool.
Custom program for the other thing. So,
I never knew that. That's really cool. I guess I realized you did customs, but I didn't know you did Trues for the show.
Yeah, we did theirs. We've done a lot of gloves for people out there. So it's pretty sweet.
That's really cool. So you guys have like everything. So you have like, all your styles and then you have like, but if you also want, a white glove, that's cool.
We got a white glove. We got your synthetic gloves. If you're someone who likes kind of that like different feel, which is fine. Like we got you for there. Like heck, even if you don't golf, but you love sick t-shirts and hats, things like that.
You guys have everything.
We have everyone covered.
Yeah.
We love everyone.
No, we love everybody. No, you do. And then I have this kids glove line, dude. That's brilliant. You guys are gonna kill it.
Our kids' death grip might be my favorite glove.
Dude, kids are gonna want that. You know they will.
Like I said, our extra small is like
so cute,
like this big. Like it is. Oh, it's adorable. So yeah,
it'd be cool too. Like if you guys can get a licensing deal with like Disney or something, and then they can put like Iron Man. Or
dude, Disney glove would be so.
Dude,
sick.
That would freaking.
If anyone out there knows who we need to contact for licensing,
yeah, Disney, I have no idea.
Send them my way.
Walt Disney
have like a Frozen glove, like that.
Frozen glove. Sick. That'd be so sick, dude. That would be sick. Awesome. They would
all about.
Come on, guys. Let's make this happen. Dude, or Captain America glove, or like the what's the glove from the movie where it had all the what's that glove called?
The Infinity
Gauntlet. Oh, dude.
Yeah, the gauntlet. Yeah,
dude, that'd be so sick. You would sell like a billion of those. Seriously,
my ideas now are like, okay, like what? How can I make some of these gloves without stepping on anyone's toes?
No, you don't want to mess with Disney.
Get that licensing. Oh no, I love Disney too much, and then mess with them.
They would
last people
you.
I want to piss off.
He would just like sneeze, and then they'd be dead.
They'd just tell me I couldn't go to Disneyland anymore, and I'd be like heartbroken.
You can't right now; it's closed. Like still,
can't. But fair enough.
I know it's so sad. I love Disneyland. We went in November. We go like every year, at least once, maybe sometimes twice. But now it's like
awesome.
And there's no way I'm going with a mask on, bro. There's no freaking way. There's no way. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Well, cool. Well, thanks for being on the show. Really appreciate it. Of course,
thanks for having me.
This is fun, right? This is
awesome.
This is like
we start off my Friday.
This is how we like pretty much do our phone calls with each other. So like,
true.
But now you guys can hear it. But well, thank you again. Really appreciate you coming on. Asher's amazing brand, guys. They have everything. They have freaking sick gloves. I love their clothes. I mean, I have the Chasing Birdie shirt, which I'm not wearing right now because the long sleeve, but it's really cool. But so thanks again, Joe. And I will text you this week about what's coming out.
Sweet. Awesome. Look forward to it.
All right. Cool, man. Thanks so much.
Hey, thanks, Paul.
All right.